Okay, Virgo. So for you, we've got number 20, which represents fraternity. No true evolution or progress is possible if we consider ourselves to be isolated from the world. This card encourages us to do any spiritual and subsequent material work in a state of solidarity and trust towards others. The primordial concept expressed by the love card must sediment in our minds so as to bloom and lead us to collaborate with others for a greater good. The advice of the dead, it says, approach your work and your actions in a state of socialness and solidarity, perhaps starting collaborations with those you trust. Okay, let's see. What's the message for Virgo? Okay, this one came out first. So the Six of Pentacles, followed by the Hierophant, the Knight of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, clarify. Well, what's the message for Virgo? Three of Pentacles, wow, Eight of Pentacles. Okay, Virgo, you are, wow, oh, Five of Pentacles. Okay, so you've got a lot of pentacles the way Taurus did, but yours are a little different. A little different. Because it's got the Five of Pentacles as the overall energy. And that's definitely talking about, you know, it's a mindset of lack. The fact that we've got fraternity as your overall energy, as the overall message, could be that this is about you feeling lonely or isolated. Like, I do see you growing, because the Five of Pentacles, it's like steps moving forward, right? I do see you growing, but it's like I feel the energy of cycles here. Like, you go through cycles where you grow, you do really well, and then you come back. And then you grow, you do really well, but then you come back. So you may be trying to do something by yourself, and you're being encouraged to possibly bring in external advice. A teacher, somebody that can help you grow more stable. Like, maybe you need help with financial planning. Maybe you need help with budgeting. Maybe you need help with looking at where you're putting your resources, where you're investing your time, your energy, or your finances. Like, I'm feeling a lot of instability. These two feel like there's a lot of instability here with the energy here. Even though technically there's a lot of pentacles, like, you would have more pentacles if you were more structured, if you were more patient. I feel like you may get impatient and you want things to happen very quickly, but the Hierophant in tarot is usually Taurus energy. This is definitely where you would like to pay attention to Taurian energy, because there's something you need to do methodically, consistently, for it to be sustainable, for it to be more stable. And I don't know if this is, look, the Hierophant could be somebody that you need, or somebody that's already around you and causing this instability. This could go either way, because the Hierophant can be very stable, can be very, they can give you guidance, but they can also be someone who's very intolerant and someone who sees themselves as your guru and this is how you need to do things. And if the way that they do things doesn't work for you, it could be what's causing this instability. Even when you do try to be consistent, even when you do try to do things in a sustainable manner, it might not be working for you. Now, I think that this is not someone who's living because of the way it's presented. This could be like, maybe your parents taught you to do something a specific way, or your Your ancestors have always done something a specific way. And they're telling you, well, maybe it's time to go out and get a new teacher to teach you the modern way, to teach you something a little bit more sustainable, so that you can move forward in a much more measured and stable way. What's interesting to me is that you have the Knight of Pentacles here. And in this deck, the Knight of Pentacles, yes, although they are someone who brings rapid and dynamic gain, they're also pretty young, right? So they can be a little egocentric and lazy or indifferent. And I'm not sure if this is the energy you're approaching things with, because remember I said I feel like a cycle where you like get rapid gains, but then you possibly squander them, and then you're back at square one. Then you get rapid gains and we're back at square one. So there needs to be a more methodical, consistent approach to whatever it is that you're doing that gets you this rapid gain. Either one, this isn't working anymore, this is not going to help you long term. Or two, whatever it is you're doing needs to be more consistent, needs to be more stable in nature. Because if we're being a little bit more objective, the fact that we've got the Six of Cups here could be maybe you are deciding to do whatever this is by yourself because it may have emotional ties to you. Like, let's say your teacher taught you a certain way to paint or code or write. You have an emotional attachment to doing things a certain way. And it's like there's this hidden fear that if you change the way that you're doing things, then the memories will fade. The connection with these people, whoever it is that gave you these memories, will fade. But that's not true, because you can always remember people. You don't have to do things a certain way to remember people, because you're hindering yourself by doing it like this. You're not dishonoring anybody by trying to grow and trying to improve your life. And yet, I feel like you're afraid of that. You're afraid of the growth. You're afraid of the stability, and it's connected to the memories that you're holding on to. Now, if the things that you're holding on to are teachings, because the Six of Pentacles with the Knight of Pentacles makes the 7, and then I see the 9 twice. I see the 8 and the Knight make the 9, and then the 6 and the 3 make the 9. And I was just talking to Taurus and telling them that the 9 of Pentacles, because it came out for them, the way the image is portrayed, it makes it look like the skulls are going to swallow up this person. So sometimes we feel like wealth will swallow us up, and that may be what you're holding on to. The 7 of Pentacles indicates that all of your hard work is bringing you success. It's enough success where you have to start organizing, structuring your wealth, and the only thing that could stop you is the fear of losing what you already have, the fear of being suffocated in case you gain more. So it could be at the memories. You may be romanticizing poverty. You may be romanticizing lack, because it's like you're a little bit imbalanced, but it has to do with you have these memories. So let's say that your parents were very loving people, and part of the way that they showed each other love is like, well, tonight we don't have enough to eat, but you know what? I love your mother so much. She gets to eat this. And maybe they would, well, tonight we don't have enough to eat, but because we love you so much, we're going to give you this. It's like you're attached so much importance to things like that. And although those things are beautiful, there's going too far to the point where you're romanticizing those things, and now you don't want to disconnect from them. So you're creating this cycle of like, oh, I have more than enough. And then, oh, I barely have enough. Oh, I have more than enough. And oh, I'm back to where I barely have enough. Oh, I have more than enough. And again, and again, and again. So this feels like you're used to a specific way of surviving, and stepping outside of that is making you very uncomfortable. And you're being guided. Your ancestors are trying to guide you towards joining forces with someone. Now, this could be a group, like maybe it's about joining a group. Maybe it's about becoming part of a book club, becoming part of a financial literacy group, becoming part of a coaching group. I don't know. It's something where there's other people, where you can hear other perspectives, and little by little, you see this Three of Pentacles, little by little, it will change the way you're doing things. Because to me, this growth, this little by little growth, it's not just going to be your stability, it's going to be in your mind. You are going to little by little nurture new ideas, new ways of seeing things, new understandings of how wealth is supposed to be done. And then the Eight of Pentacles is here twice. It's not only here itself, but the 5 and the 3 also is the 8. So it's like changing your daily habits, changing your mentality, changing the way you approach spending, the way you approach budgeting, the way you approach life in general is going to change. But you would need to be around new people who help you see things in a different way. And I want you to look at it this way. Imagine that this is an actual harvest, okay? Imagine that you spend months and months planting seeds out in a field, watering the whole field until you get a good abundance, you get good fruits. Would you be immature enough to trample on your own fruits? Or would you be careful with how you harvest all of that hard work? Because that's what they're trying to get you to understand. They're trying to get you to understand that you have, look at all these pentacles that showed up. 5 pentacles, 6 pentacles, 9 of pentacles, 3 of pentacles, 8 of pentacles. You have abundance all around you. But your mindset keeps you playing very small, because the way you treat what you create is the problem. It's like you may overspend, or you may spend it on frivolous things, but it's like you're not showing appreciation, because it's like you are afraid of growing. That's right. Like you're afraid of leaving the current state you're at. It's scary. And so you self-sabotage over and over again so that you stay in the same place. But then you're also unhappy in the same place. So I don't know how to explain this to you. This is very confusing. I'm trying to understand your mentality, because I understand limiting beliefs. I understand poverty mindset, but this is like a whole new level of, like, you're a mix of contradictions. On one hand, you romanticize not having money. I don't know, maybe you do things where you're like really proud of, oh, I got this on sale. I got this great deal. I'm really good at negotiating. It could be that, because there's this element of romanticizing poverty. And then at the same time, there's this element of like, why don't I have more? Why am I stuck in this cycle? Why this? Why that? But you do it to yourself. There's literally nobody else to blame. And it's not even about blame. It's about, well, you can change this at any time. But you need to be more realistic about what you're doing. You need to really hold yourself accountable, instead of just trying to find who's responsible for it. Just change what you're doing. Because it's not about like, I don't want you to feel bad. I'm not trying to get you to punish yourself. It's more about recognizing what your patterns are financially, so that you can break free from them. Because what your ancestors are trying to do they're trying to get you to the 8 of Pentacles, where at least your daily life is a lot more balanced, is a lot more even keeled. But I don't know if you are surrounded, because the fraternity, it could be who you're surrounded by. So either the people you're surrounding yourself with are the ones that are putting you in this place of needing to reevaluate how you are managing your daily life, your finances, your income. Or you're all alone and the people who accompany you are the memories of your past. And those are still putting you in this place of being self-destructive. So you need new thoughts. And even if this represents who you're with, then bring in new people, because you need to like, this could even be that maybe the people around you depend on you. That's why you go around spending all this money. And so you think that this is the right thing to do because maybe they themselves tell you that this is the right thing to do. And you need to bring in new people who have an objective point of view and can say, whoa, that's too much, or you're doing too much, or you're giving too much, or maybe you need to balance this and you need to balance that. Like, I really feel like your ancestors are pushing you towards being much more stable, but you would need to be willing to listen. You would need to be willing to look at yourself, look at your spending habits, look at your financial mindset, basically. Okay, so that's what I got for you, Virgo. I hope that gave you whatever confirmation or guidance you may have been needing at this moment. And if not, keep it for later. As usual, I look forward to feedback. So if you want to drop comments below or at least put the emojis on the title, I would appreciate that. And I love you guys. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.